and it's called Staphisagria. And this is how you spell it here. I'll stick up. Okay, so that's it, Staphisagria, and it is a plant remedy. It's postman's looking in the window at me. It's a plant remedy, and it's a member of the buttercup family. So it is a remedy to think of where you feel somebody else has been in a position of power. There's something going on with the screen here. Somebody else has been in a position of power, and they have really hurt you, and you can't actually do anything about it. You feel cut up physically and cut up emotionally. So say, for example, somebody gives out to you, your boss, your teacher, a good friend, somebody you love, and you don't feel you can retaliate, and then you get some physical symptom afterwards. It could be anything. It could be cystitis. It could be a headache. It could be a skin rash. It could be a sore throat. Anything that comes on after you have felt, I'll just take that down, after you have felt embarrassed or mortified or cut up in any way. So it's a very, very sensitive remedy. People go from different extremes when they need this remedy. They can be either overly sensitive to everything, every little criticism will get to them, or they have just taken so much that they become numb. They feel nothing. So nothing seems to bother them. They're deeply, deeply suppressed. They've everything kept inside. And that numbness can be seen on a physical sphere as well. You know, if there's a cut, this is a big remedy for cuts. So you don't just feel cut up emotionally and mentally, you feel cut up physically as well. So do think of this remedy for cuts that do not heal very well, especially if the person feels that they had absolutely no control over the situation. If it has been surgery, or especially things like hysterectomies for animals, it can be when they're neutered or spayed, they have no control over this, and they will often go into a very depressed state afterwards. I would actually routinely give Staphisagria to animals who have been neutered. This wasn't their choice. You know, this has been done by their well-meaning owners. And I actually treated a Labrador. Some of you probably know this story. I treated a Labrador, two Labradors actually, a few years ago. They were brother and sister. They had both been neutered or spayed, or whatever the correct term is. The male did absolutely fine. He was bounding around the place, but the female stopped eating, didn't want to drink, they could do nothing with her. The vet said to bring her home and let her die at home. And the remedy she needed was this. It was Staphisagria, and she started to come around after a couple of days. But she felt so violated, and she felt her body had been so invaded that she gave up wanting to even live. And that's a really extreme version, or a really extreme time when you would need this remedy. But that's how deep it can go when we feel that violated and that abused. You know, our healing power shuts down. We're just not able to heal. I spoke to somebody yesterday, and we mentioned this remedy for how she was feeling after being bitten by a dog. So I hope she doesn't mind me saying that. Again, it was something she had no control over. It was an unprovoked attack. Nothing she can do. You can't fight back against a dog. Well, you could, but you'd probably end up even worse. And her wound is very, very slow to heal. And I saw somebody else mention it in the group, and I think they're in this group as well, and I hope they don't mind me saying it. They were so embarrassed, and they just felt like crying the whole time, but they felt that they couldn't do it. So this is the remedy. It's Staphisagria. Other times I have used Staphisagria is for things like head lice, where you just feel, oh my God, you know, your skin is crawling. There's nothing you can do. I mean, you can start to get with the comb, and you can start combing, but for those first few hours before you're able to actually start getting these things out of your hair, Staphisagria is the state you go into where you just feel so violated, so invaded and powerless. So any ailment that comes on after you have felt like this, or after a surgery, a wound that isn't healing very well, episiotomy would be a good time to use Staphisagria, especially if the stitches become infected. So I have to look at my post-its, and I think I have covered everything. One other thing, sometimes after an argument, you know, if it's an argument with a friend or a boss, or even if it isn't an argument and you can't get your point across and you develop a sore throat or you lose your voice, Your energy has got blocked here. It got blocked in the throat, and it can result in a sore throat, lost voice, hoarseness. Staphisagria is the remedy to use. So I will be back. There's no comments. If you have anything to say, pop a comment up now and I'll read it out. I'll be back tomorrow morning. Tomorrow will be the last day of this week of mini tutorials. So let me know if there's a particular remedy you'd like me to cover tomorrow, and if it's one that I don't cover already in workshops, I'll definitely do it. Let me see, anything else? No, I'll be putting an order in for kits at the end of the week. Loads of people are ordering their kits. Keep doing that. Send me messages, private messages, so I can organize payment details with you. And please do put your name down as a reference when you're ordering, on your bank details or whatever. And that's it. Have a great day, everybody. I'm going to head off to yoga in a few minutes. I'm really looking forward to that, and maybe a bit of a walk around town. So I hope you have something nice for yourself, even if it's just a cup of coffee, looking out at the sunshine. All right, bye.